I got here into an Orthodox monastery. I've been here a few times, and today I'm going to talk about these paintings. There are a number of smaller or less traditional churches around the world, and they are evangelists, and they don't believe in um, this type of paintings and their role. But each culture got their traditions and ways of connecting to God, and the ones that were sent by God into human flesh to help humans to lead a cleaner life. Because as humans, you listen to the body, like your horse, and the body wants this, wants that, and many times if you give the body too much, just because the body responds with pleasure, you become a sinful person. So I don't know if I am allowed to record these pictures, but I asked a friend who is servicing here, is helping around here, and I don't want to turn the flashlight on, but as you see, many are in Slavic language. This is in English. So I asked my friend if I'm allowed to take images here, and he said yes, people take videos and pictures during the service, so I'm not restricted from doing this type of stuff. But there are beautiful, beautiful paintings here. Again, I'm not recording in a better light, but this is a small church where they hold these Orthodox religious ceremonies, and I'm going to record a couple of thoughts regarding the importance of churches. From my perspective, I don't pray, I don't go to church, but I see it a little bit deeper, especially when I compare myself to the agnostics and atheists. So one thing is, again, if you have a country population with no beliefs into the invisible, they will run wild. And you see United States, how people are not only rebellious, but they think that their rights and freedoms are most important. And then if you look at the 80s populations, it's not only they are a bunch of sinners, but they are feeding their ego, and ego most of the time is linked to the needs of the flesh, needs of the body, and as a result you have an aggressive population trying to grab, like lots of greedy people. That's why Americans are part of the consumerism society, because they feed the needs of the body. So having lots of big food, driving big trucks, just thinking of the moment, just enjoying the moment, because they were programmed to believe that living in the moment is the way of life. Not thinking of the future consequences, like own actions, how your own actions are impacting the people around. So if I compare those people with other cultures who are rooted into this religious beliefs, you would see that people into those countries, like the believers, are nice, soft people. Even they have lots of sinners, but at least leading a religious life keeps them grounded, keeps them thinking before they act out of the needs of the flesh. So that's my kind of a short video here. And what these paintings, in case you are evangelist and you don't believe in those, these paintings are an anchor. It's like you have a web link that connects you to another world outside of your computer. So internet is another world outside of your computer. It's data, it's information. Same thing with this painting. It's information materialized into the human experience, which is a virtual experience. We live a dream created by God with the freedom of our choices here. So we can create our own lives, but we are predestined. We are created out of an idea, of a thought that became energy, then became light. And from the light, a condensed light became matter. So that's sort of a easy explanation. You don't have to believe that. And the way we browse the internet, which is another world, through different links, same thing, we browse this world, the invisible world, through this painting. By thinking of this entity, who is now an energy form, we actually connect our mind. And we need these paintings to help the mind. I mean, you can think of Jesus, but how you think of Jesus? Jesus has to have a face in your mind in order to better connect. If you just think of Jesus' words and teachings and how good he was, and the fact he was the Son of God, yeah, those are concepts, are ideas in your head. But from the human perspective, we think through images. And this long time ago, spiritual masters and other type of now deities, they knew the tricks of the mind. They knew that in order to connect better to an idea or a concept, you need an image, that you use your brain database with images, so you make connections inside of your brain. So if you know a little bit of psychology or some sort of a medical science about how the brain works, you realize that every time you need to connect in your mind to an idea or a concept or a memory, you use images. And the images are associated with other emotions or maybe another information from your five senses, and it recreates an experience. So if you want to recreate an experience while you are worshipping or you're praying, a more complete experience would be with the help of some imagery. If you just look at a Bible text or whatever writings there, that's fine. It helps you to connect. But when you have images of specific individuals, so this lady, it's a big saint into my back country. Hundreds of thousands of people attend to her remains into a big cathedral, or like a large monastery, and people are waiting days and nights to reach the coffin with her remains. So this is in Romanian language. And yes, this is an important deity. So when we look at the image, we already know it's a female entity. It looks kind of like that. She dressed like a very simple woman, and we have an idea. We have an idea like this probably look like that. This is probably a painter image, recreated painter image. Probably she looked a little bit different, but at least we get an anchor to this deity, and now the mind connects to the real entity, real energy entity. So if you want to know more about how the mind connects to this type of deities, maybe look up for other people's videos, better explanations of mine. So each one looks differently. And this one also, it's in Romanian language, and it says, let's see what to translate. Nothing don't love anything more than the love of God. So don't let anything love. So you don't love anything more than the love of God. I don't know, the writing is in Romanian, but I'm having a hard time to recompile in English. So that's another, probably a monk, and it helps me to process better. So the monk is not here, but it's in my mind connecting to that same thing. We are in God's mind. We are thoughts. We are, like I said, a virtual reality. If you want to compare it with a computer, you could use that analogy. Like we are programs of the programmer. So letting you go, that those were my thoughts from the monastery. And yes, today morning, an hour ago, when I got here to get some candles, I felt like wow. It felt like it was weird. It was a overwhelming feeling, and I thought, okay, I think it's just in my head. I had some energy drink earlier, like a 3 sips of energy drink, but it felt like overwhelming. I got tears when I got around here. I said, wow. Now I got used to it, but I'm telling you, it was something. So it was just in my head. So it helps me to be a better person. It helps me be a better person. So that's why I connect with these things. So talk to you later. Bye bye.